So where did this idea of digital construction works come from?
The idea of digital construction has been around for some time, but how to effectively do it. And so about 4 or 5 years ago, Greg Bentley came and visited with us in our facility in California to chat about and talk about what could we do to, help each other and the industry move to a more digital future. We started a construction engineering working together academy. And we brought engineering companies, we brought construction companies together and started showing them the results of their work, the engineering design. Here's how the construction companies do it. And what we found was the communication between the construction side and the engineering side, it was shocking to us that they really didn't understand what each other did exactly, other than doing the design work and then constructing it the way they would go and construct, but not necessarily understanding the processes that both sides had. So we saw that as the opportunity. What we really need to have is somebody who can go out and educate these companies on what needs to be done and how they can create a digital workflow.
Why is the construction sector so late in going digital?
When we talk about our business, we've always talked about it in a manufacturing sense. We manufacture roads, bridges, buildings, pipelines. We're in the manufacturing business, but we manufacture one of everything. It's not, when we do a design of a new instrument and we start manufacturing, we're building thousands and tens of thousands of them. We can refine the processes to perfection. Lean manufacturing evolves out of that, how we build cars, how we build equipment, how we build hardware. That's a very manageable business because you can continuously improve. When you build one of something, it's very difficult, it's very unique. It's one.
As the new appointed CEO, what market segments do you target?
The first one is the oil and gas industry, where there's a very high-tech, complex, but also sensitive infrastructure being built. As we all know, if something goes wrong on one of those sites, you have big problems. Second, a very big industry of big interest to both Topcon and Bentley is the transportation marketplace, road and rail. And I would say the third industry, which you may not think of as a construction industry on the first thought, is the cities. The world and all the growth of population is moving to the cities. Cities are also very complex infrastructure. And so digitizing the cities and making them smarter means that they are needing a digital twin as well. And whether you are constructing the digital twin, or you're maintaining the digital twin, or you're enhancing it by making it smarter, IoT devices, green waves in the traffic lights, when is there too much CO2 in the city, and how do I redivert the traffic? There's a lot of optimization that can be done.
What are the consequences for the sector of not going digital?
There's tremendous data on the fact that the farming industry and the manufacturing industry have grown since 1950 10 times the productivity growth, and construction hasn't changed. In 50, 60 years, there's no significant increase in the productivity, and it's a fundamental issue for dealing with infrastructure as we go forward. How do we afford the infrastructure for 9 billion people? We have a little over 7 billion people on the planet today. In 1927, there was 2 billion people on the planet. We have to build the infrastructure. How do you afford to do it? And we see, just like in manufacturing, as we bring the price down of all the products that we make, your computer, your iPhone, your anything that you buy is being mass produced and cost reduced. In the asset business, in the infrastructure business, we have to become more efficient to be able to afford the kind of infrastructure we need.
The World Economic Forum calculated that in the coming 10 years, the construction marketplace can save between $700 billion and $1.2 trillion by going digital. Says the World Economic Forum. I did not make up those numbers. The McKinsey report points in the same direction. Anyone who decides not to go digital is going to fall behind and cannot afford to not do it.
And this new idea of digital construction, Is it for Western countries or is it also for developing countries?
It seems that the West, if I can describe it that way, hangs longer in their old standards, their old workflows, and find it harder to change themselves than the developing areas who just need even more infrastructure. They are in a bigger need for building modern infrastructure, and they just accept the fact that there's better ways of doing it, and so it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever that they will leap over some of the Western habits. You look at the speed with which China is building high-speed rail and is building new cities, they leap into the future, and so I think that that demand will happen very quickly in the developing markets as well.